sound is going to work today because I am terrified of sound not working. But I think it's working. Yes, okay. Wonderful. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Did everybody have a good week? I had a. This might help a lot too if I had my mic. Good Lord. Um, I had a not bad week per se. It was a very difficult week. Very, very difficult week. But that's okay, right? It was difficult because I was in the classroom pretty much all week, which I'm not used to. One, it's been a hot minute since I've been 8 hours in a classroom. So that, that's rough. But it's it's also hard being neurotypical now, knowing that I'm autistic, and I just am like exhausted. And there's the sensory and the constantly watching the children because you don't want them to die or get hurt. Die is extreme, but you don't want them to get hurt, and they're children, so they beat each other up. So that's fun. I've been very drained. I've been coming home a lot at the end of the day and just passing out, and then waking up, and then not wanting to go to bed, and then it's a vicious loop. I've also been, because my lunch is after the kitchen kind of has served lunch, and I don't bring a lunch because I'm going to eat the food there. I'm having to stress eat, kind of, so I eat all the food as fast as I can before the kids are done. It's just, yeah. So it hasn't been a bad week. It's been a difficult week. But I did get to play some D&D last night. I totally forgot it was D&D night. But I was happily surprised because I love D&D, and it was wonderful, and we had a lot of fun. We found out some information about this. It's called a nimble, right, which is like a robot. And so this robot had had a fireball necklace. It didn't actually cast it, and set off this big explosion in the town. And anyway, so we were doing research at the library and found out that this captain had sold a nimble right to what we were hoping would be our bad guy, who we suspect is behind everything. So we went to go down to the docks to talk to this pirate captain, and it was really great because this was the first time I got to use my familiar in the campaign. So I was like, I'm going to use my familiar and send it aboard the ship and do some scouting and stuff, and just kind of get the lay of the land, how many people are on there, that sort of thing. So I did that. And then the warlock in the group was like, I have a familiar too. I'm gonna send my familiar in too to, scout around it. And my familiar is a frog. It's an old croaker. So he's kind of big. He's like the size of a cat-ish. I mean, he's big. I have to look into him. It's this, like I said, it's the first time I've gotten to use him since I made him, back in October. And so but yeah, and so he's kind of big, but it's the docks, there are frogs and stuff around there and things like that. And so our warlock's like, I'm gonna use mine too, and his is a rat named Cheese, that's dressed in armor. He was like a gift. He doesn't naturally have the familiar, but he was a gift by an air genasi, and he's adorable. He's like a little rat barbarian. Mine, my familiar's name is Rupee. Um, I think he's cute, but he's a little frog, or he's a frog, and then a fey frog, usually, and then so both of our familiars are on there, and then our necromancer in the group was like, "I have a familiar too. I want my familiar to be on there." I was like, "All right, I guess we're gonna have a little familiar party." And his was a condor, so which was interesting. But I mean, it was a lot of fun. And anyway, we found out that, they didn't seem like very threatening pirates. They seemed pretty chill pirates. Hello, crazy. What is that? Crazy Alex 321. Welcome in, first time chatter. But yeah, so we got onto this pirate ship and talked to this goblin that was on there. He had a lab on the pirate ship. He was an artificer. So we asked to see his lab, and he agreed and kind of showed off. And we found out that the nimble rights that they were selling were on the cheaper side because they had put scrying crystals in all of them that would record everything that the rich people were using them for. And so we got to see, what actually happened and who this nimble right reported back to, which was a family that worked for the guy that we suspect was behind it all. So it was really great. We got the pirates as allies, which was wonderful. And then when we found out who was behind the family that was bought this nimble right and caused it, we found out that they're werewolves, and our paladin werewolf in the party that made her very angry. And so she transformed into a werewolf, and we had to subdue her. I was like the third or fourth in initiative, and so eventually I just cast sleep on her, and she went to sleep. But it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun, and then we ended it with us having like a shopping, dressing up montage where we got to dress up so that we would blend into the rich community when we went to go confront these werewolves. So it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. Speaking of fun, let's get into some character creation, shall we? Let me share the screen. So the green are the ones that we've done already, and then the yellow are the ones that we have the potential to do. So there's a lot of things that we can do. We can't do any pugilist yet because I haven't bought that supplemental book. It will be a while, I think, before we do pugilist. So let's go ahead and get into D&D Beyond and make some characters. The last character we made was a fairy druid named Solara Flickerpetal. Yes, that is my goal, Crazy Alex. I'm trying to make a character of every species, every class, every background, and it's going to take a long time. So we'll see how it goes. Some of these characters are for my book that I'm writing, but most of them are for fun because I just kind of want to see how it goes. I was really last night was playing D&D and was like, oh, it'd be really fun to play some of these characters that I've made to use them for another campaign. Who was it that caught my eye as I was going through? It was, I think it was Magnus that kind of caught my eye. I was like, oh, they'd be fun to play a wizard. I mean, they would all be fun, in my opinion. But let's create a character here. We'll do a standard build. How many books? I'm writing my first one, so I have a lot of ideas, and I've got things written down here and there, but I have a ADHD as well, so I've never actually been able to stick with it. So I thought maybe if I stream it, I'll be, oh, how many books from D&D Beyond you have. Gotcha. I think I have 4 or 5. Let me check here. View my library. Owned. Well, I've got more than I thought, actually. Some of them were free, but I've got Xanathar's Guide, The Basic Rules, D&D Beyond, The Player's Handbook, Sage and Advice. You've got 32. Nice. Yes, I'm slowly getting there. I've just recently gotten into D&D about a year ago. And I don't exactly make a ton of money. I work in early childhood education, so not a lot there. And then my husband only works part-time right now, so there's not a lot, but I'll slowly be getting them. Let's see. Let's go back to characters. But yeah, I would love to get all of them at some point. Send a link. What kind of link would you like to send? For what? To where? I feel like my camera is kind of off right now. Nope, not that way. This way. All right, let's start that. So first off, what do we want to play? I kind of feel like I'm going to come back to this and do the species. I can't bear to share my books. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can post. I don't think I have anything against posting links in my chat thus far. So yeah, I mean, go ahead and try to post it. If it doesn't post, I'll figure that out. I don't have my mod with me today, but yeah, that's fine. I want to go to species, and let's pick a species first because we've got new ones. We've got changeling. We could do a centaur, a bugbear, a dugar, a eladrin. We did fairy last time, a furbog. I mean, we could do a lot. A minotaur, a satyr. I'm very partial to anything fae related, but maybe shifter. They only see in shades of gray. Can assume a more bestial appearance. So shapeshifter. When shifted, you have advantage on wisdom checks, and no creature within 30 feet of you can make an attack roll with advantage against you unless you're incapacitated. Oh, that's neat. As a bonus action on your other turns, while shifted, you can use your elongated fangs to make an unarmed strike. While shifted, your walking speed increases by 10 feet. Huh. Interesting. Why not? Let's do a shifter. They can't fully change shape, but they can temporarily enhance their animalistic features. Yeah, let's try it. Let's do that. Let's do that, shall we? And let's go back to class. So we are going to be a shifter. What kind of class should we be? Let's go back to the thing here. I'll mark off shifter. Oh, did I not have that marked off? Oh, well. Boom. All right, shifter. Oh, they're where touched. Okay, got it. Got it. All right, let's do that. And then it might be fun to do a bard shifter. or a fighter, or a monk. Let's see. A swashbuckler shifter. Maybe a paladin. Maybe we could do Oath of the Open Sea. And we could be a sailor. Maybe we'll try that. We will be a paladin. Yeah, we'll be a paladin. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, D&D Beyond can kind of be a pain in the butt sometimes with glitches and stuff. All right, paladin. So I think for paladin, since he's a shifter, I think maybe intimidation would be a good one to have. And maybe athletics. We have lay on hands as a spell. We can have weapon mastery. So what kind of weapons do we want? What kind of weapons do we want? I think a rapier would be cool. You have advantage on your next attack roll against that creature. Yeah, I think that would be good. And then be a maul. Yeah, we'll do a maul. And then fighting style. Oh, I'll come back to that. Subclass. We wanted to do the Oath of the Open Sea. Paladins who swear this oath stand against those who would deny liberty to like-minded travelers, rooting out tyranny and corruption wherever it is found. I think that would go well. Okay, so we'll do that, and then do we want to be a blessed warrior? We can learn 2 cleric spells. Okay, or a feat. Which one to do? You once checked how... Yeah. It's a pricey hobby, for sure. Pricey for sure. I don't think I'm gonna do the feat. I think I'm gonna do the blessed warrior. I usually go towards magic things anyway. Let's see, maybe Toll the Dead. What's Toll the Dead again? I get that one mixed up with Spare the Dying. Necrotic damage. He is a shifter. I don't think I want Toll the Dead. Maybe Spare the Dying. Yeah, we'll do Spare the Dying. And then could do Mending. Word of Radiance. We'll do that. Okay. All right, I like that. So we are a shifter. We are a cleric of the... Oh no, we're a paladin. The Open Sea. And then we're going to be a sailor. So I'm just going to mark that now. I'm going to save. And then we don't need this anymore. So perfecto. Let's see here. Let's go to background. Choose an option. They're going to be a sailor. Boom. We have Navigator's Tool. Oh, we get Tavern Brawler. So that means that we have Enhanced Unarmed Strike, Improvised Weaponry, and Push. Nice. Say their background. We can choose between Strength, Dexterity, and Wisdom. I think... Do we want to evenly... Can't raise us above 20, so let's do... I think we'll do Strength and Wisdom. Okay. I'll tell of the crown. Nice. Oh, that's cute. The cute little bunny people. Yeah, that would be cute. Although, to be fair, bunnies, my cousin had a pet rabbit as a child. That was the meanest freaking pet it's so mean. I was like, I don't know if I like bunnies. They're soft and cute, but they're kind of mean. You always got to watch out for the small, cute ones. Okay, I think we'll do that. Character details. They probably would be lawful good, I would assume. Lifestyle, probably modest. Well, yeah, we'll say comfortable. Because they are a sailor. They could probably... Yeah, merchants, skilled tradespeople, yeah. I don't usually do the personality traits when I make these characters, because I think it really depends on like the campaign you're in. So you would need to do that, or I don't do the notes either, because again, the character. But since we are a shifter, let's do some of this. I think there will be male. Yeah. Yeah. Male, let's see. Because I don't know too much about shifters, so let's go back to species. Shifter details. Any day internet, or D&D Beyond in general. Come on. You can do it. So they're humanoids. So he'll probably be, we'll say he'll probably be about 6 feet tall, would be my guess. Okay, let's try this again. Are you just going to be a jerk today, D&D Beyond? Yep, it's going to be a jerk. Okay, so stop. Go back to background. I think we'll go with eyes. We'll say green. Skin can be kind of a... They're reading the sharing feature. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. D&D Beyond sometimes is just... it's just slow sometimes. Even when I'm not like sharing my screen and stuff, it's just slow. Hair, I meant to say hair is not green. Eyes are green. Goodness. They'll be 6 feet. Let's say they weigh 185 pounds. And this guy can be maybe like 27. Oh, good. You got your link to work. Yes, I do see your link. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out in a bit. But let's see, for skin, I think maybe like maybe just darker skin. And then hair can be blonde. Gotcha. Cool. Thank you, Crazy Alex. Yeah, so I think that's kind of going to be what he looks like. Let's do these species things here. Let's see. Your character can speak, read, and write Common and one other language. So, what do we want them to speak? I do wish that they had descriptions of the different languages yeah, that they have here, because like some of them, like bird folk, like these guys, like I know what these are. I know what some of these are. I don't know what any of these are. And I don't know most of these. So I know this one. But yeah, languages are hard. So I think I'll just stick with, I'll stick with the basics. We'll have this guy, we'll have him speak Undercommon. Why not? Since he's a shifter, he probably wouldn't be, or probably wouldn't have grown up like up above, which is maybe why he likes the sea so much. So creature type, humanoid, size, we're medium. Speed, our walking speed is 30. Channeling the beast within, you have proficiency one of the following skills of your choice. I think maybe let's do survival. You have dark vision, and then shifting. Whenever you shift, you gain an additional benefit based on one of the following options. Beast hide, we gain temporary hit points. Long tooth, you can use your elongated fangs to make an unarmed strike. Okay. I think we'll do the wild hunt because I really like that one. That one seems pretty handy. Yeah. Generation, or we'll do standard array. Last time I tried to roll on this, it crashed the thing. So we'll just stick to that. So let's see, what's their highest? I think their lowest is going to be charisma. And then probably intelligence would be their second lowest. And then, yeah, I haven't rolled on this yet. I guess I could just use my actual dice, but I tried to just roll on D&D Beyond and it crashed. So I was like, maybe not. Maybe it's telling me to not roll. Eventually I'll roll, or if I ever go back and play one of these characters, maybe I'll roll. I think maybe dexterity would be the next lowest, then constitution, then wisdom, and strength. I think so. Equipment, what do we want here? I definitely want this. Do we want chainmail, a shield, a longsword, javelins, a holy symbol, a priest pack, and 9 gold? Or do we want... I think I kind of want just the gold. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so that's all the equipment. Now we need a name for this guy. So I'm going to go to my fantasy name generator. And we're going to see what we can find here. Do they have anything shapeshifters? Yes, they do. There it is. We want male names, so Shadow, Dream. What, they don't have like last names? They're just like share. Use chat. You wouldn't run a backstory. Yeah, I like writing backstory for characters. Like I like thinking about what what their motivations are, what their strengths and weaknesses are. Some of it I don't write right away because I want to get to know the character a little bit more, and I might like write it in. But like as far as a basis goes, I do like coming up with backstories for characters. I don't like any of these names. Shade, mold, reflection, duplicate. Yeah. Flows out, clone, daydream, mirror. Nemo. Nemo might be a fun one for like a sailor. Let's do Nemo, but I want him to have a last name. So let's go to neutral names. Nemo. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is go to, pretty sure they have surname somewhere. Or maybe I'll go with sea creature names. I'll do that. The Silent Torment Leviathan. Okay. This isn't really helpful. Isn't as helpful as I thought it would be. Lobstopus. Okay. The names that some of the people come up with kind of kill me. Let's see. Other names. Pulp culture. Egyptian names, Somali names. I could have sworn they had one that was like surnames, but I don't see it. Maybe merfolk names? No, they're one. I want one that has more than one name. Let's see here. Medieval names. Let's just go medieval names. All right. There we go. Let's see. We can do Nemo. 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 I don't like any of these. Let's do that. Nemo Clerebold. Nope, I don't want Duke. I just want the Clerebold. There we go. Ah, fine. Be that way, computer. All right, we'll do that, and let's add. We'll just keep the portrait as it is. Okay, I think that's everything for this guy. There he is. Nemo Clerebold. He has +3 strength. Doesn't have a lot of charisma. Athletics proficient in and survival. Let's see, attacks. He's got enhanced unarmed strike and regular unarmed strike. He can do channel divinity, marine layer. You layer or create a thick cloud of fog that surrounds you and heavily obscures the area. We've got our maul. We've got our rapier as a bonus action. We can do channel divinity. That's pretty good. Healing, purify poison. Ooh, nice. And then, of course, we can shift. So that's good. Any reactions? I don't think we do. Just the opportunity attack. Spells. Spare the Dying, Word of Radiance, and Divine Smite. Oh, we have a -1 modifier to our spells. Ouch. That's okay. So we're not the best spellcaster, but that's all right. That's okay. Okay, so that's who he is. Let's go ahead and go over to Hero Forge and make this guy, shall we? I don't think they have shapeshifter as a species you can do. Shape? No. Maybe just shifter? No. So they don't. So I think then what we'll do, let's see what they do have. We could make them look kind of like a vampire and then modify it. I don't know, it kind of looks funky. What else we got here? A satyr, ski dog folk, wolf folk. I don't know why, but this owl folk looks adorable. Let's see, we could do a human and make it look, or maybe an elf and change the ears. Just thinking about it. I think that will do, and we'll just change the ears. Ears. So maybe werewolf ears. Ooh. Why are they so out like that, though? Oh, I see. Or, let's see, which one do we like more? Why does Barbarian have 23 subclasses? That is a great question. I'm not very... I haven't played any Barbarians. Barbarian's not my favorite because I'd rather do magic stuff than hit. But that does seem like a lot of subclasses. Do I? Well, that's a lot of subclasses. I think Monk has a lot of subclasses too, but... do I want ears like that? I don't know. Wolf folk ears? Maybe like that. I don't mind that. That looks pretty good. Let's get rid of that. I like that. I like those ears. So we'll go with those ears. Maybe for teeth. Do we want like feral vampire? They do have sharp pointy teeth like vampires. Maybe like a canine. Not that you can see his mouth, but I do want to see his mouth. So let's change his hair too, because I feel like his hair would be much different. So for hair, we could do, what does that look like? Well, now he just looks like a little child. Maybe something like this. That's not bad. Ooh, pompadour. Maybe something with sideburns. Or I want to really do snake hair sometime. Let's see, I've got to think captain hair. What kind of hair would a captain have? It'd probably be longer. Swooping bangs. That's too emo. Dashing hair. That's what we had before, huh? Maybe dashing hair with like a beard and a mustache. Get kind of crazy here. No, I can't do a mustache. I just don't like mustaches. Mutton chops. I think mutton chops might be the way to go here. To go with the hair. Yeah, I think mutton chops is the winner here, but I might change the hair. So I don't know if I like the hair as much. Maybe shaggy with the mutton chops. So it just all seems like hair. It's all just hair. Let's see here. Bedhead. Yeah. Kind of like the shaggy. We'll go with shaggy. Okay, and then we'll go with body. I don't think we need to change anything on the body. Could give him a tail if we wanted to. What's this? Huh. What does that look like? Interesting. A braided horse. A foxtail. Yeah, I don't think we'll give him a tail. Extras, what's extras? We could give him some type of like spikes. Don't really have a lot of options, do they? For that. Yeah, I don't like any of those. All right, let's go to clothing. Do they have any sailor outfits? Let's just see. Yes, they do. All right, so he's a sailor, but I don't like this mouth covering, so, ooh. Oh, welcome. Yes, welcome in, the Shadow Legion first time chatter. Yeah, we are making a character. So we just made a character in D&D Beyond. He is a male shifter paladin. His name is Nemo Clerebold, and we are now making him in Hero Forge. So he's a sailor paladin. So we are trying to create him, but I'm not really liking this. I don't know why he's got that across his mouth. I don't know why a pirate would have that across their mouth, but let's get rid of that, shall we? Please. And thank you. Okay. I like that. I like the eye patch. Eye patch not necessary because he's not blind in one eye, but you know, for flair. I feel like he's kind of like boring though in this pirate outfit. So let's see if we can get maybe something to go over him. Great Wolf Guardian. Maybe some type of cloak or armor or something. What is this? A flight jacket. Airship captain. That kind of looks better. Kind of fancy. I'm kind of liking that. I think if we pose him, I think I like that. Let's give him a sword because he has a sword. Short blade sword. I wonder if they have just the... Okay. Maybe this one? Let's see. Do I like that one? That one's not bad. Ooh, this one's kind of cool. Ooh, I like that one. I think I'll go with that one. And then we'll do a pose. We'll change the pose up. So I think there is an en garde pose. Did I pass it? No. No, no, no. En garde. That was not bad. Could use that pose. Kind of want it pointed out though. But I don't see one that would be that pose. So we will disregard that. And we'll just do that. All right, so this is our guy. I think as far as face, should we change his face to maybe cocky a bit? A little smart. Oh, I wanted to see his teeth. So we can do cocky, but I also want to see his teeth. You can see, yeah, you can see them. They're sharp and pointy because he's a shifter and they have fangs. See if there would be any other. Yeah, I think that's good. I think I like that face. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and color him up here. Actually, before we do that, let's do the stage. Is there any decorations we want to do for the stage? Maybe something ocean. I mean, we could do shells, or could we do a giant octopus? We could. I don't know if I like that though. Maybe not. A flashlight. Sea, or oh, what about just sea? Ship. Boat. Just do a treasure chest. But he's not a pirate though. He's just a sailor. Well, I get. So torn. You know what? We'll just leave it. We'll leave it. We will just leave it. Let's do the base though. Base can be like planks. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, let's color that up. Color it up. And he had darker, so we had blonde hair and green eyes on his character sheet and kind of like the darker skin. So I like the darker skin there, but not too dark. That's too light. Do I want this one or this one? I think I want this one. He's got the darker skin, but I'm going to change his hair color to blonde. What kind of blonde do I want? Is that too blonde? And then is this the color of the skin or the color of, I don't think it's the color of the skin. I think it's the color of the hair, which, why would his, well, I mean, if he's a werewolf, I guess that makes sense. Let's see. Is that too blonde? I feel like that's too blonde. I kind of like that blonde. I like that one. We'll go with that. And then for skin, is this the same color? No, not quite. What color is that? Is that T2? Yeah. Kind of want the ears to be that color. More skin than hair. Okay, and then their eyes are green. So let's change that. Do we, ooh, we could have them be like that. I kind of like that. Or we could have them be, I mean, pretty much anything we wanted because he's a shapeshifter. Could have them be feline. Well, maybe we'll do feline. What do you think? Feline? I feel like feline's a good choice there. All right, feline, and then let's do his teeth. They're just gonna be regular teethers there. And then, is there any other skin on him? I don't think so. I think the rest are just clothing and stuff. So let's go Eye patch. I think eye patch has got to be black, right? Is there black on here? Just a blackish color. All right, we got the eye patch. Let's do the sword next. I'm trying to think. This guy's kind of modest. Doesn't have... I mean, he's comfortable, but he's not like super rich. So maybe like a sword. Maybe just like a silvery. Right? I think that would be good. And then maybe like the older. Do 2 colors here. And then like a gray here. And here, why not? Then on the ends. And then I think I'll just make everything gold. One thing that is difficult about Hero Forge is making sure you click every single detail and then not accidentally clicking something you don't want. I think I got it all. All right, so we've got a sword. Let's go ahead and do his planks there. I think it's just going to do all the planks. I kind of like that. Easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, and then as far as colors go, we didn't really describe his clothes in the character sheet. He is a shifter, so I don't think he would want to draw a ton of attention to himself. So let's make him maybe like dark purples. Dark purples. Kind of like the dark purple. It looks pretty nice. Yeah. I think that looks nice, the dark purple. And then his sash can be purple too. And then he can have like leather boots. Like that. And then darker leather can work for that. There we go. As far as, what am I looking for here? I'll go back to this. I think maybe like an off-white. Yeah, I think off-white there would be a good color. And then for pants, maybe just brown leather. Brown leather I think would be good. Maybe with the leather pockets as well. We'll make these white, I think. Go back to that. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Gingy white. Yeah, we'll make that white too. To match a shirt. And then we'll do gold buttons. But I don't like how bright that gold is, so we'll dull it. There we go. And then as far as accents go, what other color do we want with him? one of the purples. So maybe like a lavender. Make that lavender too. Is there, nope, there's not. Okay, I see. It's different. Different, I see. Not equal. So we can make these lavender too. And then I think I'm going to go back to the brown leather, the sugar brittle, make this that, and then that, and that, and then the metal we can do there. Perfect. And then I think nope, I'm gonna do gold there. Oh, I forgot about his hat. Silly me. Silly me forgetting about his hat. Let's see, let's go back to this is what we want. The lavender. The hat, and then we can make this the dark purple inside. And then this can be, oh, we can make each one different color. So maybe just a whole bunch of purples. The only thing I'm not liking about this character is his boots. I don't like the color of them. So let's do maybe that. Okay, it makes it even on the sides, so perfect. And then we can do like that and that, and then the dark purple in the middle. Oh, that's kind of fun. Oh, did I forget a purple? I did. Boom. There we go. Okay, so I like everything except for these boots, so I'm going to change these boots. Because I don't like them. Should we make the boots purple? Is that too much? Yeah, I feel like that's too much. I like that much more. I like that color much more. All right, I think we have him. I think we've got our shifter, sailor, paladin. Yes, he's a paladin, if you can believe it. So yeah, that is Nemo. Nemo, what was his last name? Nemo Clerebold. Perfect. There he is. All of his glory. Cool. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to get a good picture of him. I'll take a little screenshot here. Oop. Perfect. Okie dokie. Well, that I think is going to be it for today. I need to do something about my cameras because in one I just need to work on it really. That's better. But yeah, well, thank you for joining me, and I appreciate everybody stopping by and for the great chats. I stream every Saturday at around 10 o'clock my time for about an hour because I do have a lot of stuff I have to do. But I stream every Saturday. I also stream on Sundays at 11 my time, but I think I might be changing that to Tuesday nights. So we'll see. I might get be done with the Sunday for now, or I could use Sunday for something else. But this week I'll still do my book world building Sunday night. So anyway, that's me. I'm Ace. Thank you for being here. Let's find someone to raid out to, shall we? There's a lot of great people out there to raid. Let's see if I have anybody on. I do. Looks like I do. So we are going to... Oh, hi, friend of the fiend. Welcome, welcome. Are you... Oh, are you guys raiding in? Welcome in, Nerdwitch. I was just about to raid into you because I've just finished. That's funny. Welcome in, raiders. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I've just finished. But I'll go ahead and show you guys what I was working on today. If I can find the right screen. Here we go. Let's see. So today I made a male shifter paladin. So named Nemo Clerebold. So he is a paladin who is also a sailor, who has taken the oath of the sea, I believe. And so they can shapeshift. And then their hero forge is this guy right here. So this is Nemo. Nemo is a shapeshifter. He's got fangs. He's kind of got some werewolf ears going on there. And stuff. So that is what I was working on today. I caught some of Nerdwitch's stream. Looks like you guys were having fun. I think, were you doing Sagittarius? I can't remember. I get them confused. I'm not as into astrology. I'm like, I know my sign and then like my husband's sign and my son's sign. That's pretty much it. But Libra. You were doing Libra. Okay, gotcha. So I caught some of your stream. It was interesting. I had to mute it because I was doing other things like laundry and boring things like that. But let's see. Libertown has taken us a while. Yeah, I mean, how dare. I mean, someone's got to do the laundry, and apparently it's got to be me because my husband and my child don't seem to help do the chores unless I ask them. Typical. But anyway, yep, this is Nemo. I gave him purple. I really like the purple stripes that I gave him though. I think that's a lot of fun. But anyway, that's what I was working on today. If you don't know, I'm trying to make a character of every type possible. And then maybe eventually playing them. But let me see here. I'll show you guys my table of things. This is my table. So the green are the ones that I've made already, and the yellow are the ones that I have access to because I've purchased the books from D&B and Beyond or whatever. If I ever get to a point where I'm like, I don't have any more money to buy things, but I still need to do stuff, I'll just put it on a character sheet. But I've done quite a lot, so it's been a lot of fun. I'm sure I'm missing things on here. Purple is one that I didn't have access to, so we made like a custom lineage. But yeah, we've done quite a bit. We haven't done any pugilist because I haven't bought that. We'll get there when we get there. But there's quite a few left that I still have to work on. I tend to do a lot more of the fae things or magic things. Those are the things that I like the most. So today we did a shifter. Last week we did a fairy, obviously. And then we've done like a whole bunch of other stuff. So I need to do more clerics. I don't know why I haven't done that many clerics or fighters. And then I think barbarian too. I have a hard time relating to barbarian. I don't know. I like the like I said, I like the magic part of it, and there's not a lot of magical things about barbarians in my opinion, but I could be wrong. I really should try to play barbarian. There's in my D&D campaign that I'm currently in, there is we have a warlock child in our party. I think he's like 11 or supposed to be 11. He's a Kenku, and he has a familiar that's a mouse barbarian named Cheese. The mouse's name is Cheese, or he's a rat, I think, a rat named Cheese. So he's got like armor on and a little axe, and he's just as chaotic as our warlock. So not going for all. Yeah, no, I am. I just haven't updated my chart in a while. Um, so yeah, crazy Alex. I haven't updated it for like updates and all that stuff. So I need to add more to it. So Tina, barbarians or tanks. I feel like they can be buffed by others, but not much actually. Yeah, yeah. Definitely more fighting, more tank stuff. Not as much magic as I prefer. Um, so I mean, I don't know. As you can see, Druid, Druid's my favorite right now. In my D&D campaign, I'm playing a Druid. I can actually show you guys her. Let's see here. So my Druid Water Genasi, her name is Marjorie, which is a combination of magic and watery, is her name. Let's see. I got to use my familiar for the first time last night at the session. I have a familiar who's an old croaker named Rupee. But this is Marjorie. She's not very strong, but she's a lot of fun to play. She kind of got roped into this adventuring team by accident. She was just in the woods minding her own business, and then these people got attacked by goblins, and she decided to help, and then all these other adventurers helped, and she's like, well, I guess I'm with you guys now. But she's really fun to wild shape. I love wild shaping. That's, I think, one of my favorite things about the Druid class is the wild shaping. I can wild shape into a giant snake, a badger, a wolf, and then a velociraptor. The velociraptor is technically a monstrosity, but we've tweaked it a bit so that I can still do that. I usually end up wild shaping into the snake and the wolf the most. She cannot fly. No, I'm not high enough level. I'm only level 5, so I don't think I get wild shape into flying. Wild shape into flying yet, but she's pretty cool. I do like that she can. Her water spells are pretty cool. I once used my create water to have water go down a flight of stairs, like we were going up a tower, like a spiral tower, and I used it to go down the stairs, and then I think, did I have ice magic, or somebody else in our party had ice magic? Somebody had ice magic and then froze it so they couldn't get up the stairs, and then when we were done, we slid down it. So that was a lot of fun. I just love how creative and fun that you can be in D&D. But yeah, that's her. She's got spells. She's got dancing lights, druidcraft, frost. It was I think I used frostbite. I don't know. I don't remember. Mold earth, produce flame, shape water, shocking grass. Actions. I have a staff and some bracers that I'm attuned to. I can do lands aid, damage or heal, produce flame. I don't have awaken yet, but eventually. But yeah, anyway, that's my character that I play in. She's a lot of fun. She's kind of like the mother of the group. I don't know how I always end up as the mother of the group, but I do. Sometimes though I'm a little chaotic. Sometimes I just don't care. Like when I steal an ally's grimoire because I still don't trust them, even though they've said they're going to help us. I still have that somewhere. Camp mom for life. Yeah, I'm always the mom in the mom group. I don't know how that. I don't know. I've always had like an old soul, so I could think that's just how it works out. Player has been absent for a few sessions, so I tend to have her character sheet up. Nice, nice. What do you usually play, Mater, when you're not semi-playing a druid? Um, yeah, I yeah, and then so I usually tend to I go in two minds about it. So I'm either like keep us on track, like the mother part of the group, or I'm very chaotic with the child of the group. So we have, like I said, the child of the group. We just also have a very chaotic, artificer wizard, but was ranger in my last. Nice. I got turned into the mom in the current session. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Um, so I tend to either go mom group, mom, the mom figure, or I'll get very crazy with the warlock, our little warlock, 11-year-old Kanku, he's a full grown man, but he's playing a 11-year-old. Sometimes he'll just do crazy stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll get on that train too, which drives our elf in the party crazy. We have a pretty chaotic group to begin with. So we have an 11-year-old warlock, Kanku. We've got myself, the water genasi druid. Um, your rogue is actually 11, yeah. And then we've got a warforge. Actually, I'm not 100% sure if they're a warforge. They're like a warforge. They're like a suit of armor that's sentient, um, which I think is a warforge. And then we've got a wood elf who is a ranger. Our warforge is a paladin. And then we've got a wood elf who's a ranger. We've got a halfling who's a monk. And then we've got a another paladin in our group who's also a werewolf, which is hilarious because she's like the nicest person in the group. But the last session she did lose it and turned into a werewolf, and I had to cast sleep on her to calm her the heck down. And then our last character is a necromancer. So we have a necromancer in our party who's, I think, a wizard, who for some reason, every time we interact with a female NPC, he seems to flirt with them. I don't know. He's got like 3 or 4 girlfriends now by this point, which I find hilarious because it's so funny. It's pretty funny. It's a fun little chaos scene that we've got going on. So, and it's funny because I just, the GM posted something on Reddit, and I was like, oh my god, we got to try it. And now the group that we have now, a reluctant necromancer. I don't know if he's reluctant. He's new. Like, he's a newer necromancer. Like, he hasn't been necromancing for very long. And very much wants to learn more necromancy. And now he has a mentor because the grimoire that I stole was from the high level necromancer that we allied that I still don't trust. So I still have it, but anyway, yeah. So it's been a fun little ride. Yeah, it's been good. It's been a fun D&D week. How am I doing, Tina? I'm doing okay. I it's like I said at the beginning of my stream, I know you guys weren't here, but it's been a difficult week, but not a bad week per se. I've been in the classroom with the 1-year-olds all week, which it's been a long time since I've been in the classroom for that long amount of time. So I'm very exhausted. I get home and I kind of just crash out. And knowing that I'm autistic now, I'm very aware of how draining and sensory and all this stuff, you know, constantly they're constantly touching you because they're 1-year-olds and in your face. And anytime I sit down, there's this one kid that thinks I'm a chair, so she'll just sit down right on me, and she is adorable but chunky. Bye Nerdwitch. Thanks for raiding in. I appreciate it. She's chunky. This child is so heavy, she hurts my back when I have to pick her up for diaper changes. But she's freaking adorable. But yeah, she does hurt my back when I pick her up. And I'm like, I don't know if it's just because she's heavy or if it's because I'm just a lot older now and I don't move like I used to. Just walk around the classroom and things pop and crack and all that jazz. So, but yeah. So yeah, I've been okay. How you guys been? I've been reading in the Discord that it's been pretty hot. And it was hot here where I'm at until Thursday. We had a outdoor event at my job and it was 87 degrees and I was in charge of manning the bouncy house because I was going to spray kids with the hose, but they axed that idea, so I was pretty bummed. Um, so I manned the bouncy house and had to tell children to stop or get out but I was standing in the sun for a couple hours in the 87-degree heat, so that was rough, but and then it cooled down and it's been raining, so you had nightmares last night. Oh no, Tina. Yeah, I haven't had any nightmares recently. I did have some weird dreams, but I can't remember what they are now. I used to work in daycare in the 1-year-old room. Funnily enough, the 1-year-old room used to be my least favorite room, mostly because their communication skills are like very, very poor. And I could never figure out what the heck they wanted. Now it's a lot better. Now the toddlers are my least favorite, the 2-year-olds, because they are just manic, freaking insane. Oh, you dreamed that you had lung cancer. Ooh, scary. Yeah, cancer dreams are never fun. I do not enjoy that process of my a couple of years ago my husband had a cancer scare and still has some stuff that they monitor for just in case it turns into cancer. But they were thinking that he had like I think it was like lymphoma or something. And so we were very prepared to hear that and come up with treatments. Well, it turned out that he didn't have it and it was some autoimmune disorder. So he's got that. But yeah, that is not a fun thing at all. But all right, let's find someone to raid into, shall we? Because that's all I have for today. I think, who do I know that's on? And I say no, that's on. Let's see. Let's do catchy cantrips because I think they are awesome. Mom died of breast cancer and my dad went through a bit of cancer. Yeah, I've had a lot of cancer in my family too, Tina. My grandma died of breast cancer a couple of years ago. My other grandma died of ovarian cancer. One of my grandpas has bladder cancer and he'll die from that. And then my other grandpa never ages or gets sick at all, so he's just gonna live forever. And then my mom had like cervix cancer, but she's fine now, and just crazy stuff. And so I'm like, well, I'm probably gonna die of cancer at some point. It's gonna get me when it gets me. Yeah, let's go ahead and raid into catchy cantrips because they are freaking awesome and some of the sweetest people. Cantrips. So we are going to go ahead and raid into them. And let's see here. Oh, what are we doing here? Okay. Where did my thing go? All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me. And if you can, stick around for catchy cantrips because, like I said, they're awesome and they're very sweet, nice people, and they have a lot of fun. So I will see you guys later. Bye.